Wondering where I've been running around the state, or the city, I may say, being traced by psychotic Air Force guys and maniac cops from the LAPD headquarters. Also, satanic sheriffs from the San Bernardino sheriffs. Now, all these guys have been calling themselves making it tough for me, or I really don't know what the hell reason. I solely believe it was because I said I would sue Detective Segura at the Southwest LAPD for that fraudulent arrest and that whole little setup, putting my name in this program where I'm to be harassed until I shut up. Now you guys see that I shut up. I was quiet. You look back, look how many tracks I put out. I was trying to mind my business. But these police over here in Victorville, California, with their planes and their hackers, they just have a great time. And they don't want to leave me alone. So I really believe that these guys are asking for it. That's the funniest thing about it. They feel like they're above the Constitution. They're above federal laws. And they can just control everything you gonna do. And they some weirdos, man. I was on here one time, man. I talked to a girl, old girlfriend, still my girlfriend anytime she see me, old girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? She a model on Instagram. I won't say her name because they already know about her, but I don't want to bring havoc to anybody. But I was talking to her, man, out of nowhere, you hear the loud-ass helicopter come flying over my house. I'm like, man, what kind of people are these people? You know what I'm saying? And most people will hear that helicopter and they say, you know what? That helicopter is just, going to a crime scene. No, I'm in the desert, bro, and it's not no crime scenes around here. And besides that, I studied this community thoroughly before I even came out here. Besides that, I had some tough guy Latino cops up there in LA already, eyeballing me in LA Fitness and all this old shit. Coming in there calling themselves acting tough. I had to call them a so-called tough guy because anybody act like they ready to fight and they protected by some kind of gang badge or gun, you nowhere near tough. You just a coward trying to stir up a situation. Praise God that I'm already enlightened about this type of individual and this type of characteristics. But yeah, man, that's what they would do, and all the way to out here, they just say, hey, fly the plane over my house constantly. Now they have out here what they call an airplane graveyard. Now, what I want to tell you is that's not really a graveyard. Or maybe it is, but these guys are flying those planes also. And they're surveilling communities with those planes. Now, the thing is for some reason, unfortunately, I've been one that's been majorly surveilled. They were surveilling me, and a cop up here in San Bernardino got gunned down. It was amazing to me. Tons of surveillance over my house at night. The shit was like unreal, man. You say, damn, he got gunned down, and they sitting over my house. But I won't dig into that because I'm not saying this type of stuff to set myself up. I'm just saying that that was awkward to me. And then, I've been followed by these helicopters everywhere, man. I'm talking about way out into nowhere land in the valley, man, to go buy a computer from a guy. You see the Army helicopter, Army chopper come out of nowhere. Not Army colors, not camouflage. It's my favorite colors, not camouflage. But normally it would have been the all black one with the black tinted windows. So, essentially, I've been being followed around. Now, what I used to say to myself, I know a lot about technology, but I used to say to myself, how in the hell are these people so precise with their technology? You walk out the door and the plane will come up just as you walk out the door. I hear a lot of he say, she say, what this is, what that is. From my own understanding, I know for one, it's technology. I just say, damn, man. And the only thing I don't understand is why hasn't this stuff been used to protect somebody? Why has this shit got to be used on me to prevent me from suing a person who, I mean, come on, man, it's like me going to a car auction or any scenario. I have an American right to feel like I got ripped off. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't you let the courts decide like, oh, he didn't get ripped off. Everything was legal. Why would it have to be like, fuck him. We gonna destroy his life. Fuck him. Put a crime on him or something. Get this motherfucker a crime. We don't want him to get to the judge. You know, what's going on with that type of shit, that type of mentality. And then the cold thing is what you're really unveiling is that you guys are some gross, disgusting people because if you do this type of shit to just one person like me, oh my goodness, how many people have y'all done this to? And the LAPD is already known for the Rampart scandal. The LAPD is known for several other, untasteful things to be said. And I won't say it. I don't want to speak about it because, like I said, I ain't going at every officer. I'm only going at the people that feel they have the right to do this to me. So anyway, long story short, what these people have done is they got with the IRS. You can look it up on the internet. The internet tells you that the IRS work with the FBI. They do this all the time. They will deny you taxes for 2 to 3 years. Then they turn around and say you owe money to just try to take all your stuff that you have. Then these guys, I know for sure, to notify my owner of the house where I live and got him saying he want to sell the house now. So they're just trying to put us out out into the street. Now let me tell you something funny about this scenario. If you understand what I'm saying, the reason I'm saying you have to understand what I'm saying because these people got our stuff tapped. It's not that when I'm saying tap, it's nothing special about tap. Everybody on Android's iPhones. It's nothing. When you're on the internet, man, you connected. It's a net. It's a world wide web. Motherfucking China could be recording your convo. So, I mean, don't get so burnt out when I'm telling you all this technology they're using. Don't fool yourself and be, oh my goodness, why you? You know what? A long time ago, I never thought, why me? Even from the beginning, because I know one thing about people. Where there's greed, there's greedy people. And if you work in a job where if you work in a job, you make your own schedules. You make your own overtime. Unless you a God-fearing American, you know what I'm saying? You're going to sit there and chalk your time up. You're going to have your shit ran through the roof. You're going to have hell hours. Then when your friends come in, you're going to get their ass hell hours too. See what I'm saying? So I already know that to me, we dealing with this type of people because I seen, all the stuff that they seen about me, they want to destroy. They seen I had good credit. All of a sudden, I couldn't. They kept these guys. So when they have your internet hacked, they watching your email, and whenever you list some offer up, they make those fake accounts with no picture that say actually the same month or the same day when you listed your item. So that account just been created. And this account is going to ask you a bunch of dumb questions. It's going to always ask you dumb questions to try to overwhelm you with peonism. So you wondering like, man, why do these idiots keep hitting me, asking me the same thing? And then you don't even worry about that. You answer them questions because being black, you already been used to people trying to twist your arm and trick you in some bullshit. So you answer the questions. Then they start, what they do is they say, okay, well, check it out. Now they buy the shit from your accounts with these little credit cards. And when they buy it, they get it, either take whatever in it or tear it up and say you sent them something else. And this is law enforcement and the Air Force, man. Well, most of y'all say, well, why would you keep saying this to Air Force? When I got bail, they have a paper you sign called a military bail reduction, and it's going to get sent to the Air Force, your name, and they ask you, what's the troop name that you related to? All his ID, everything, and then this, that, and the other. And they got all my dad's information because I got a lot of vets in my family. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, when this happened, I could have paid this $2,000 by myself. But what do you know? I learned like my mother always taught me, cheap is expensive. I took the cheap route and became a target of some weird motherfuckers sucking up the government resources, making fake false flags. And oh my goodness, man, they sent bullshit to your phone so much. And then what killed me is the type of shit they did, it made me think like you gotta be racist. You gotta be. Unless you just straight stupid. You see what I'm saying? Who pops up at phone call saying, hey man, hey, this is Maribel, I like to fuck, I'm at the corner, meet me. Who calls and answers those things, man? That's all I'm saying. Who answers these things? That's what I'm saying. This is racist, man, because if they knew anything about anything, everybody ain't into anything. Was that was one of their techniques, and once they fail that technique, they'll just and they tried that one very hard. Constant girl fantasy and fetishes these people had, they threw at you. They even had some old peon technique they used to do. But you know what? I won't even go into that because those techniques were so minute. Those things was miniature to me. I mean, come on, man. That was just like wind blowing outside. It's normal to ignore, these little kids you sending in. But the bigger thing is when they get to telling people to contest you. Go in there, he's in there, stare him in the face. And then what to tell you the truth. If you what they call optimistic, you believe to yourself, man, I could be just tripping. Or if you have that divinity, that understanding, what I don't want to get in deep into whatever it is, but if you have that, which I have, you easily see. It's like they have an arrow pointing at them. So you know what's going on. Plus, I didn't ever live a life where I had to run from nobody or hide from nobody. See what I'm saying? You look at me, I move any time of day, any time of night, any way, where, how, any neighborhood. And all the cats that know me all have something good to say about me. If you don't have something to say good about me, you got paid. That's all to it. That's all to it. If you don't have something to say about me good, you got paid. Because everywhere I went, I had a good name. So that should tell you a little more about my character. But these people, man, like I said, they set an offer up, bought stuff from me, man. I just ordered something not too long ago, a rack of pinion for my truck on eBay. They crushed it and broke it up. Not only did they know it was going to take 5 to 10 days to come, they listening to my family, people complaining on the phone that we got to drive the kids to school. They crushed it. They crushed it, man. So, like I'm saying, after they crushed that, now you got the owner talking about he want to sell the building. You see what I'm saying? Now I was looking up, some other stuff happened. I can't really say for sure. I know it was them, but I can't pinpoint it enough for a standard human mind to understand what I'm saying. But this other stuff is easier for you to understand. Like I said, they crushed the racket pinion, man. And before they did that, look at that. I sold a Mac desktop, man, for about $650. The dude got the desktop. He just crushed it. Like he threw it down some stairs, sent it back. Same thing. What did it do? It left me out of $650 to eBay. And then look at the other technique. They will call eBay and say, this guy kind of threatened me, or he makes me think he's a scammer, or he seems like he's a trickster. Or they do stuff like, he made me think that I was going to, so when they say these things, eBay go with them. eBay go with them and run with it. So eBay had closed my account. I had a big number going through on eBay and they closed my account. So that was one way they killed my resources. Remember the other way I told you is coming up to the swap meet, sending the helicopters over me. It make you think after a while, who want to keep being bothered by this idiotic technique when I understand this ain't nothing but creative terrorist technique. See what I'm saying? If I harass a monkey, not even a human, with a stick, he's gonna hate that stick after a while. When he see that stick, he will not be fond of that stick. See what I'm saying? And it's the same type of thing, but these people, man, they satanic and they believe that, they just believe that they're gonna win, man. They believe, I don't know what the hell they believe, to tell you the truth, but like I say, all this shit is ignorant and it's terrible. Because you know what? I hate to see the guys that they've been doing this to, that they turned them into psychos and ran in places and took innocent people out mad, frustrated. Thank God I grew up in a very hard environment. So since I grew up in a very hard environment, I don't see it that way. Plus, I have an understanding, like I said, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which comes first. And God bless. So, y'all just like, subscribe. And now you know why you haven't really heard from me. And you understand what's going on in my life. Like I said, go back and look at my YouTube channels. I was going virus before the satanic occult them got after me. And if you still stupid and dumbfounded and don't know what I'm talking about, may you be next.